session, Friday morning session. Our theme for this morning is the best time for a new beginning is now. The best time for a new beginning is now. So before I get started into the content, we're not going to have a very long session this morning, but we may run into a little bit of extra time because we've got a special guest joining us this morning. I'd like you to stay till the end of the session so that you could get the benefit of this special guest. She's going to be sharing a new beginning story with us that is absolutely amazing. Okay, so as I mentioned, our theme for this morning is the best time for a new beginning is now. So I'd like to start this this session off with a story about the real Colonel Sanders. I'm sure you're very familiar with who Colonel Sanders is because of he's the founder of the KFC or Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise. What I want to talk about is when he started this franchise, because our theme being the best time for a new beginning is now. Now, the real Colonel Sanders was actually not even a colonel. He was given the title of colonel because of his achievements by Kentucky, by the state that he started this franchise in. He actually became a professional chef at the age of 40. So that was actually, for most people, it's quite a late time in life to actually become involved in something new. So he became a professional chef at the age of 40. He started the KFC franchise, or he started his first KFC store in 1952 at the age of 65. Now, the story goes that he had a very successful, after becoming a professional chef, he started a restaurant in Kentucky. He started a restaurant in a small town. His recipe was actually very good. So his fried chicken, not called Kentucky at that time, Kentucky had fried chicken, but his fried chicken was actually very good. People came from all over to sample his fried chicken. And unfortunately for him, a highway was built that bypassed the town, and his store started to do very poorly. So he looked around for another means of income to continue his business. And he decided that he's not going to sell fried chicken anymore. He does not want to sell the chicken, but he's going to sell the method that he uses to create the fried chicken. And that's where he came up with this 11 herbs and spices recipe that he started to market. So he marketed this recipe, and he only started the franchise in his 50s. He was actually in his in the 1950s, not in his 50s, in the 1950s at the age of 65, in the 1950s. But he really became famous and he really became wealthy when his company, KFC, or Kentucky Fried Chicken at the time, was sold to another company for a good profit, and he became the ambassador for this new company. He became the spokesperson and the face of Kentucky Fried Chicken, and that he did at the age of 75. Now, he passed away at the age of 90. At the age of 90, Colonel Harlan Sanders passed away at the age of 90. Now, what I want to point out here is that the best time for a new beginning is now. He only achieved success, you must remember, Colonel Harlan Sanders only achieved success in his 60s. Now, most people are looking at slowing down in their 50s. Most people who reach the age of 50, they feel that their work is done, their life is over, there's nothing more that they can achieve, and they slow down. But if you look at Colonel Sanders' example, he actually blossomed in his 60s. He became a millionaire in his 60s. Unfortunately, he didn't die very wealthy. He died with a net worth of about 3.5 million rand, $3.5 million dollars, because he sold his company and that company sold it to another company. But today, the KFC franchise is worth billions of dollars. It's worth billions of dollars. It's got stores all around the country. And I mean, you just got to think about South Africa and you can see how many stores KFC has. So that's the lesson from Colonel Harland Sanders. That's the lesson from him that we can learn, is that the best time for a new beginning is now. Today is the time. Let's look at someone else who started at the age of 50 or in his 50s, that this time became a multi-billionaire in the fast food industry. And that is the person who started the McDonald's franchise. His name is Ray Kroc. If you haven't heard about Ray Kroc, or if you don't know the story about McDonald's, I would highly advise, get a copy of the movie called The Founder, and you will learn the story about Ray Kroc and how he began. Ray Kroc, he only met the McDonald's brothers when he was in his 50s, and he was actually a milkshake machine salesman. He was selling milkshake machines to different companies that were selling eight of these milkshake machines, and that caught Ray Kroc's attention. So he went across to this little town and he visited this little restaurant, and there was a line going around the restaurant into the street, people wanting to buy the burgers and the fries and the milkshakes from this machine. And he discovered that these two brothers had discovered a system of creating very, very high number of burgers. They were selling large numbers of burgers, fries, and milkshake, that he was intrigued by this. And he decided he was 52. He was 52 years old when he took over this McDonald's idea, and he created the McDonald's franchise at the age of 52 in 1955. He created the McDonald's franchise system, owners of land in the world. The real business that McDonald's is in is actually land. They are in property because they rent out the space that they buy or they own to the franchise owners. And that's where their real money comes in, is from the rental income that they get from the land. But look at what Ray Kroc did at the age of 52. He built a multi-billion US dollar business at the age of 52. At his death, he was worth over several billion US dollars at his death. So what I'm pointing out to you that, most people find or feel that when they reach a certain age, Colonel Sanders only became a professional chef at the age of 40. Ray Kroc only started McDonald's at the age of 52. And both of them lived to good old ages and, enjoyed a significant income, significant change in their lifestyle as a result of not giving up at an early age. Okay, so that's the message that I would like to pass on to you today in this session. The best time for a new beginning is now. And we've got the ideal opportunity in the business system that we have, where you can start at any age. Imagine if you are 20 today, or 21 or 25 today, and if you were like Ray Kroc and you came across a franchise system that works, that has proven to be able to sell the products and is standing the test of time. Imagine if you were Ray Kroc and you were at the age of 25. Where would you be when you were in your when you are going to be in your 50s and your 60s and your 70s, etc.? But guess what? Here's the exciting news. You have such a franchise right in your hands. You have a business system in Providential network where you can actually build yourself a multi-million US dollar income. You can get yourself a multi-million US dollar income using the business system that we have available. Liveshni, yeah, go for it. Tell us what's happening with Capital Legacy. What's new? What can we, what's exciting news?
Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you again for having me. Thank you, Krish, for including me this morning as well. Yesterday, you guys, we launched yesterday. So as Krish says, there's some really, really nice, exciting things. I'm excited. We are really changing things around for in the way that the conventional life cover and all of that is done. Capital Legacy is known for wills and estate planning. That's our core focus, okay? Nothing's changed in that aspect. We're still very much a wills and estate planning company, but we've now introduced life cover, which we are now calling, it's actually called My Cover. So for those of you that joined the launch yesterday that logged in, thank you so much for doing that. You guys would have seen an overview of the products. And so basically what we're doing is we are introducing life cover. We're introducing Home Vantage, which is bonds, home loans. We're introducing a Tazkia product, which is for the Islamic community. And we are introducing something called succession planning, legacy succession planning. All of these products will be on the back foot of our legacy protection plan, okay? So the My Cover, which is the life cover, cannot be taken as a standalone product. It has to be taken with your legacy protection plan. So it's an awesome opportunity for us to now go back to all of the clients that have already got their wills and legacy plans with us and upsell them on the life cover side, okay? What makes it different is that if you had watched the launch yesterday, our life cover is actually quite affordable. It's a lot cheaper. Do you want me to start? Do you want me to put my video on?
Yes, put your video on. We'd like to see who Krish Moodley is.
So you guys know me by now. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you now. Thank you for that.
Okay. So, so the life cover is obviously an extender on our legacy protection plan. So just like how we have the immediate liquidity benefit, just like how we have the overheads protector benefit and the estate gap cover benefit, the My Cover will be an extender on the legacy protection plan, okay? It's quite affordable as well. And the awesome thing about it as well is that there's no blood tests for medicals, okay? So there's no, the only test that we will be doing is a cotinine test. So, and that will be done using a breathalyzer. So it's not even done using a blood test, okay? The other thing about it is that we unfortunately cannot cover members that are 60 and older. At this stage, it's high risk for us, and because we're new in entering the life cover market, it's too much of a high risk to take on now. So it is only available to members 59 and younger. And yeah, so it's actually going to be quite an easy way of actually providing a life cover for people that, cannot afford the life cover premiums that are now available with other companies. Okay, so it is an option that you guys now have. That's on the My Cover side. I did send out dates for registration for the different webinars and the different options, but I will also send out links closer to the dates as well, so you guys can join in for the detailed training sessions. The other exciting thing is the Home Vantage. Before I go there, just regarding the life cover, our consultants that go out and do your wills and the legacy protection plans for your clients will not be able to sell the life cover to those clients, okay? Which I think is a great thing, because, we don't want it to feel as if we are going to go and poach clients from another company, when the consultant's going and drafting wills. We won't be able to do that. They are not registered financial advisors, so they will not be able to sell the life cover. The life cover will only be able to be sold by a financial advisor. So somebody that has a license to do that. So I am, Vestin and I are in talks with getting that contract in place for Providential, and all of the brokers that are, or all of the reps that are actually on the license will be able to then go and, do the actual sign up of the life cover for those clients. It will also be made very easy in the sense that the quoting system will be available on, you'll be able, it's sort of like an app that you can even have on your iPad or on your phone to be able to provide a quote to your client as well. So very simple. And I know you guys like, those things where it's an easy process and all of that when you're sitting with your client. On the Home Vantage side, which is your home loans, you are now going to be able to provide home loans for your clients that you know are going to be or in the process of purchasing a property, okay? The idea around that is to try and include the broker, or to bring the broker in on all aspects of that client's financial plan. Usually when it comes to buying a property, the client goes to a bank or goes to a home loan company or whatever it is to get their bond sorted out. But what happens is that the bond is then done by a third party, and then the life cover to cover that home loan is then done with the bank broker or whatever it is, and it sort of cuts you out of the picture. So in this instance, you are then able to provide the loan, provide the life cover to cover that loan. And we've included, if you saw yesterday in the launch, something called a home starter benefit, where you can get a percentage because of the rates that we are able to provide. We are able to also offer the client a lump sum amount that they can use to start up their home. So things like, having carpeting done or curtaining or whatever the case is, there's a cash lump sum that will be provided to the client as well. There's also, what is it called? Homeowners cover, I think it is, to cover things like landslides and all of those kind of things that we'll be able to provide. You'd be able to actually provide that sort of cover for that home, for that property as well. And if you saw the launch yesterday, the commission on the Home Vantage is actually quite fantastic, okay? On the example they used yesterday, which I will provide with you guys as well as soon as I have some material to share. I think there are brochures that we're able to download, which I'll send to you after this Zoom session, just explain a little bit more details. But yeah, on the example that was used yesterday, the commission for the broker was about 40,000. I think it was just over 40,000 rands on the Home Vantage. So that's just by providing one lead to us for a property for loan, okay? And with regards to the Home Vantage product, that will work the same way as you would provide a lead for wills and the legacy protection plan. You would then be able to provide a lead. So I will be able to do for you. Okay, it's just the my cover that you're going to do. The other product that we've introduced is the Taskia product, which is your, for the Islamic community. With Islam, there's a lot of rules around the type of cover that you are allowed to have. And this is completely Sharia compliant, okay? So it's another great way to get to those clients that we weren't able to provide life cover to before. It is life cover, but it's a legacy protection plan. So they're going to be able to cover the fees on the estate, which we are doing now. But the legacy protection plan that we have at the moment is not Sharia compliant for the Muslim community. So that's the product that we're bringing out that we now be able to provide. We are able to do Sharia wills at the moment, as some of you already know. So our wills are Sharia compliant, but we just didn't have the legacy protection plan to go with the Sharia compliant wills, which now we're going to be able to introduce. All of these products will be available from the 1st of October, if I'm not mistaken. I will confirm that for you. So yeah, it will be able to, by then we'll have all of the webinars done and all of the training done, and be able to provide the material to you guys. And yeah, it will be effective from the 1st of October. The last plan is the succession planning. And this is a big one. This is mainly for your clients with large estates, with companies, that are business owners and things like that. At the moment, I don't think they plan well for, for what happens when they pass away in terms of the succession of their legacy. And now we'll be able to actually assist them with succession planning as well. Like I said, the details are, a little bit, I'm actually still learning as well at the moment. So I will provide more details when it comes closer to the dates and the webinar session. So please join us. And, we can always do Q&As and all of that afterwards. But yeah, that's basically it. But like I said, these products all fall part and parcel of the wills and the legacy protection plan. So that will always be our core focus. And we're just trying to make sure that your clients' financial planning holistically is in your hands and nothing's actually taken you out, or you are kept in the loop throughout that client's financial portfolio. And a lot of the time the broker is cut out of the loop, and we want to try and, close that gap in the market. So yeah, that's it. That's exciting news. I don't know if anybody's got any questions for me at this stage.
So Louis, how does the relationship between Capital Legacy and Providential, is there going to be any changes? Are we still going to be able to just do referrals for the wills? But when it comes to the life side now, we need to get involved as financial advisors to do that section. And the wills will still be done by your broker consultant.
So what will happen is, if you want your client to have obviously their wills and estate planning done, that will follow the normal process via referral. And if the life cover is something that they are interested in doing, then we need to contract on a separate, it's called an intermediated contract, which, Western is actually busy getting together at the moment. But that contract would only be, as I said, only the guys that are on the Providential license that are loaded as representatives. So you have to have your RE5 and all of your credits and all of that to be able to do the life cover at the moment. So all of your affiliates will obviously have to do that via you if you're a licensed representative on Providential's license. In that instance, if it's a client that wants the life cover, then you would be able to do the life cover. You'll be able to do the legacy protection plan as well for the client, and just get the information for the wills, and then we will draft the wills on the back end for your clients. In terms of the home vantage, that as well can be done on a referral basis, so you don't actually need to do the actual application for that. That we will have a special or a specific consultant that will be doing the home loans only. So Providential will now have two contracts. They will have a referral contract, which we already have, and then they will have the intermediated contract for the products, for the life cover and the succession planning and all of that.
So let me get this straight. So what you're saying is, for the Home Vantage product, it's just like doing the wills now. It's like you give a name and you're going to...
And a number, yeah.
That's really exciting.
And you just... you have a conversation with your client and you say, you know what, I can actually be able to provide you with a home loan now, and we're getting fantastic rates. So our rates are very competitive with the banking sector. And if you use our attorneys to do the transferring of the property, that's how we are able to actually provide the cash lump sum as a home starter benefit. So all you got to do is provide us with a name and a number, and you earn 40,000 Rand later.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
how great is that?
So this is really a great new start for us. So guys, we won't take any questions now because I'm out of time and the Zoom call will be ending now. But I just want to thank Luveshni for being so loyal to Providential and giving us all these up. There's so many things that Luveshni provides that the rest of the guys are not aware of, because you need to be rank up and you need to be in the inner circles to take advantage of some of these advantages we get from Capital Legacy. Thank you, Luveshni. I think I was really excited. You know, Larry King is normally very exciting, and to watch him live to launch the product.